How's it going, everybody? As you can tell by the title, the Packers have hired their new defensive coordinator, that being Boston College's head coach Jeff Hafley. I know I said that I was going to make a video as soon as the Packers made their decision, but I had just finished recording yesterday's video, and I just didn't have time to record another video last night, so here I am right now making the video. Um, Honestly, it was a surprising hire. I'd never heard his name before. Um, but after taking some time to research and learn about him, I think it's a pretty good hire. I think he is basically the complete opposite of Joe Barry. Um, from what I've read, he is a very aggressive kind of coach. Like, when I say aggressive, I mean schematically aggressive. Like, Joe Barry loved his soft zone coverage, whereas Jeff Hafley has a more hands on, aggressive press coverage. And I saw a screenshot from a presentation at Boston College, and basically it was just about why he likes to run press coverage. And there was three main points. First one being disrupt timing, the second one, challenge receivers and QB, and the third one, eliminate the route tree. Basically, all just making it harder on the wide receiver to get open and the quarterback to make easy throws. When you disrupt their timing, that will force interceptions from the quarterback. Um, can force tip passes and interceptions. Um, when you challenge the wide receivers and quarterback, I mean, you saw it multiple times with Joe Barry's defense. Wide receivers are running wide open, and the quarterback, all he had to do is make an easy 10-yard throw. When you eliminate the route tree, again, makes it harder for the wide receivers to get open, makes it harder for the quarterback to make easy plays, and it makes it harder for the offense in general to move the ball. So essentially, Jeff Hafley is just the opposite of Joe Barry. He wants to make it harder for the opposing offense rather than easier. And um, he does run a 4-3, which Joe Barry, as well as many previous Packers defensive coordinators, have ran a 3-4. Now, I don't think that should make a huge impact. I don't think it will be a huge adjustment. Um, I honestly don't think that really matters, in my opinion. I think the big thing is that he likes to play aggressive press coverage. And I wanted to take a look at some of his previous coaching experience because most people don't really know who he is. He actually played wide receiver, so he does he's familiar with the offensive side of the ball, kind of knows the offensive perspective going against a defense. So I think that's a good thing. Um, then also he's spent most of his time in college football up until 2011, where then he was the DB's coach at Tampa with the Buccaneers. Then went to Cleveland and San Francisco. Then his defense at Ohio State as the co-defensive coordinator was very, very good. Now, obviously, he was the co-defensive coordinator, so it wasn't all him, but they were the number 4 scoring defense, giving up just 13.7 points per game. They were the first total defense, giving up 260 yards per game. First passing defense, 156 yards per game, and 8th in rushing defense, giving up 104 yards per game. So, now obviously Ohio State's a very good program, and they probably had a lot of top recruits, but when he has talent, he has shown that he can develop that talent and have a good product on the field, which is something Joe Barry failed to do. Obviously, the Packers made a number of first round picks defensively, and they're all good players. They just seemingly haven't been able to get it done to their potential, I guess. And I think that Jeff Hafley can make that happen. Um, I was surprised to see this hire because obviously people wanted Zach Orr or Jim Leonard, which I mean I was one of those people, but I do think this is a very good hire. You see Mike McDonald, who just got a head coaching job for the Seahawks. He came from Michigan and was very good with the Ravens. Now, I'm not saying Jeff Hafley is going to do the exact same thing, but it's possible. Obviously, Jeff Hafley, like I mentioned before, has a ton of experience at the college and NFL level. He worked with Robert Saleh in San Francisco. Um, he has many connections to LaFleur in Green Bay. I think that is one of the reasons how he ended up in Green Bay. Obviously, Hafley knows LaFleur's brother, Mike, with his time in San Francisco. So they're playing connections, but ultimately, LaFleur isn't friends with Hafley the same way that Joe Barry was. So I think that's a good thing. Obviously, they'll develop a relationship and probably become friends, but they don't have that same sort of um, previous relationship. So I just think this will be a very good hire for Green Bay. Hopefully, it pans out on the field. Obviously, Green Bay struggled with defensive coordinators for the last how many years. So I do think this is a good hire. I think he will bring a new kind of energy to the Packers defense, which lacked with Joe Barry. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens, but I truly do believe this is a good hire. All right, well, that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like down below. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And subscribe for some more Packers off-season content. Um, I'll likely be making some more mock draft videos in the future as well as some free agent videos. So if you want to see that, subscribe. And until next time, go Pack Go.